People just want to keep dating. Why do they get married? Why, you know, again, so many people out there heading for the holiday parties, planning on doing something sinister. So many people out there doing things on the side, having a little this and that on the side. Like, why? Why do you need to have somebody living at home and then you need to live a parallel life? It's sick. I don't get it. And I say this to someone who did it. I'm looking back and I'm saying, why didn't I just have my complete freedom to do what I want? Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Cody on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's going on, brother?
Doing great.
Hey, man, I just calling in reference to a couple callers back. You were talking about how you had a really good woman at one point. You called you a noble man for paying her back after you realized you kind of screwed her over. I got married February 05, ended up divorcing that woman within 40 days. Stayed single for about a year, met a really good Christian woman, 31 years old.
Watch your mouth. We're on the air.
Big breasts, everything, and she's a good woman, Tom, and we got engaged about 8 months after dating. I was supposed to get married November 4th.
Wait a minute. You were married already?
Yes, sir.
You're how old?
24.
What are you doing?
You know what it is, Tom? It's our egos, bro. We feel protected when we have a woman with us. I figured it out. That's what it is. Our pride and our egos won't let us, like, when I'm alone and hugging my pillow in my bed, I feel like my ego's deflated. When I have that woman in my bed all night with me and I'm comfortable, my ego's good, you know?
But doesn't it do it? Wait. Doesn't it do anything for your ego to be able to have any chick you want?
Man, I guess I'm insecure. I looked at it like, what? I guess I must be an insecure guy, you know?
Why don't you just do something about that? That's what you need to do. Getting married is not going to solve your problems.
But I pull chicks. It's not a problem. Yeah, you know what? I turned to Christ about 4 years ago. I got sober and turned to Christ. And my religious practice is a reason why, even in sin, you understand? So.
What do you mean you're not living in sin? What does that mean?
Just when you're walking in faith and you're trying to be a faithful person and live a righteous life, you know, these are certain guidelines if you have a certain belief, you know?
Yeah, but what do you know about that?
I don't know a lot, but I try to follow and practice it on a daily basis because I know when I do use those principles, my life gets better, you know? And when I don't, I'm out drinking, getting arrested, getting in trouble.
But you're just transferring one addiction for another, or 5 addictions for still another.
I've been told that.
I mean, you have a compulsive personality. You don't need religion. You need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. I listen to you all the time, though, and I take your advice. You're a very wise man, and I appreciate your show. I wish I could hear you on the weekends and the mornings, too. I just want to let you know I broke up with my fiance July 4th to celebrate my independence and to get back with my ex-wife. And it didn't work out. It was crazy. And I got rid of her about a month and a half later, and now I'm sleeping at my ex-fiance's house tonight.
Can't you see you're screwed up?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. But I was boning some chicks Saturday night. I met at some club out at the Echo in Hollywood. I mean, I pull chicks. I hook up with chicks. It's not a problem.
I thought you just said you're religious and you're leading a righteous life.
It's a daily reprieve. I got to wake up and remember on a daily basis. If I'm going through stuff, I'm struggling, my ego's down, the only way to fulfill myself is, you know, and no one's perfect, Tom, you know?
Yeah, but you're beyond. You're not even close to perfect. You're not even in the same zip code as perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy.
You are nobody to be calling here and talking about living a righteous life. You don't know anything about it.
Yeah, you know what? But I try to practice it, and I try to follow it.
By going out and finding new chicks to bone?
You know what? We're weak, though, Tom. We're weak individuals.
Well, again, that's why religion is the ultimate exercise in rationalization. You rationalize everything you do.
You know what? It's a constant thing. You got to practice on a daily basis.
So while you're humping away, you're thinking about Jesus?
Nah, you know what? You know what happens when you dig into spirituality and into religion is you feel guilty after stuff like that happens.
But you keep doing it.
What's that?
But you keep doing it.
Yeah. So
people like you are screwed up.
So what do you suggest? Do you suggest I go sleep with my fiance tonight?
I suggest you see a psychiatrist, and I'm not kidding. What are you laughing at?
Money for all that.
That's not you. If you want a psychiatrist, I will tell you how to get one at a price you can afford.
I don't want a psychiatrist.
It has nothing. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, that's the thing you do need.
Wow. You know what? I go to a lot of meetings because I've been sober. I go to a lot of AA meetings. I get free therapy.
Irrelevant. Waste of time.
Oh, it's free though.
Pal, again, you are demonstrating how insane you are every minute I talk to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. I'm pretty crazy. Yeah, you're right.
You've got a filthy mouth. You go around boning chicks while you're busy telling other people how to lead a righteous life. I mean, really, pal, you need help. And AA or NA are not the help you need.
Well, I was just, basically I was calling in regards to the woman that you were with that you did dirty. And you felt she was a good woman, you shouldn't have done it like that. That's kind of the situation I feel like I'm in with my ex-fiance right now, because I don't love her at all, and she just has a lot of nice materialistic things, and my heart's not really in it, and I know I'm not going to be with her for the long term. It's kind of like a temporary solution.
So you're going to use her. So now you're going to use her, a Christian that you are. Now you're going to use this one. Well, that's very Christian of you.
That's where I'm at though right now.
That's great. Leading the righteous life. That's great. Good work.
You know what, Tom? I moved out of my house today.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate more than anything? Self-righteous sons of bitches like you who go around preaching to the rest of us while you're busy doing every bad thing you rail against.
But Tom,
you're a user, you're a sex addict, you're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, and on top of that, you're self-righteous, and you go around preaching to people. You have no right and no business preaching to people.
Hey, I try to be a good person.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I'm selfish, I'm self-centered, and I have an ego, that won't let me...
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. And you are no better than any of us, and you're worse than most of us.
Because I'm religious.
No, because you pretend to be religious while you're busy boning chicks and using them for their money and whatever else you do.
Well, that's very good insight, and it opens my eyes to the type of person I am, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, you are an outrageous, self-sanctimonious.
You know what, I just want to tell you, I'm moving out of my place tonight because my roommate who turned me on to you about 4 years ago has had this girlfriend for the past year, and he's all lovey-dovey with her, and he gets all cuddly-wuddly with her in the middle of the night, and she's living at our house, and it's sickening to me, and it's like I could just see the change in his personality the past year that we lived together, and I've made a conscious decision to just get out of that environment, and besides the issues I have with myself, it's really gross to be around somebody like that, and it pisses me off.
It's gross to be around you. Look in the mirror, pal. The reason you're around somebody like that who's gross to be around is because misery loves company. Birds of a feather flock together. He is you. Your friends are you. Anytime I want to know the character of an individual, I don't talk to them themselves. I find out who their friends are. Who your friends are tells me who you are. And you just confirmed every bad thing I believe about you.
You know why I seek religious practice is because I know I have these issues, you know, so I try to remedy my defects and my eternal defects, you know.
Well, religion is full of some of the most sanctimonious hypocrites in the world. You don't need religion. You need psychiatry. You need therapy.
I do a meeting a day, pretty much.
Forget it. That is not therapy. Okay?
Free therapy because you go.
It is not therapy unless the first name of the person who is running the group, his name is Doctor. It is not therapy. The guy leading your group is another drunk like you.
Yeah, you know what? No, there's doctors
that is not therapy. You are not in therapy. A bunch of pathetic drunks like yourself have meetings in the morning. And you all convince yourself you're getting better. You're all helping each other. And you're all just as effed up as you ever were.
I've managed to stay sober for 4 years.
But you have all these other problems. And the point is, you have an addictive personality. And if it isn't booze you're consuming, it's sex or using people or whatever it is. You're just another dishonest user like everybody in your 12-step meeting. The people who lie, the people who hide the vodka bottles around the house, the people who steal from their family to buy drugs, you're just like the rest of them. You are one of them.
I know I'm that type of person. That's why I try to practice something, you know.
But you don't. You are taking advantage of another person, and you're admitting it. You could stop doing it, but you won't because you're that kind of a user.
But am I that bad of a person?
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Stop believing the touchy-feely crap they say in your 12-step program, okay? You are another one of those dishonest bastards who uses people, uses your family, uses your friends, uses the women who think they love you. You're another one of them. Yeah, you know why I'm speaking in the memory of my 3 cousins, all brothers, all heroin addicts. All of whom are like you.
I think I've just been jaded. My heart's jaded, and I can't treat women with respect. And I just have no respect for them anymore.
Well, then you're mentally ill, and you need to seek help.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe I do.
Then it's time you did it. For Christ's sake, it's time you did it.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
You want to piss women off so much.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Kendall on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. I just wanted to say I listen all the time, and basically I just listen to you. Like, as a female, I just listen to you just to get mad. Just the things that you have to say. But tonight I got to give it to you. You're really on your game. You're actually not really respectful towards women, and maybe you're a little bit harsher, so maybe they realize it. But I think today, like, you're bringing up some really valid points that I really hope the guys are kind of listening to, that you're not just saying you can go out and do a whole bunch of chicks. Like, if that's how you are, then don't settle down. But I love how tonight you're not condoning going around and sleeping around if you're married. So.
But I never condone that. I never, ever condone that on this show. Ever.
I think, because when I listen to you sometimes, the stuff that you say about females, about, you know, have more than one and, you know,
that's not the same as condoning people getting married and screwing around.
All I'm saying is usually you're not as understanding and you're not as cool as you are tonight to the female listeners.
I just think you're finally getting me.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm finally understanding.
Because I'm not doing anything different on this program.
I wouldn't expect you to change tonight. All I'm saying is tonight with the female caller that came in, it was the first time, like, in a long time that I've heard you not attack a female per se. like you were kind of agreeing with
Dear, when people call in for advice, I give them advice. I don't care what they are.
Well, you're a little bit tougher with the females, in my opinion.
No, I don't believe that. I believe that most people pussyfoot around females and are tougher on guys. And when I treat women equally, they think I'm rough on women, when in reality, I treat everybody like that.
All I'm saying is before tonight, I kind of thought that you were a little...
Well, then,
male.
fortunately, you have now attained understanding of what I do, because nothing is different on this program from any other program.
I agree. You did not change tonight. All I'm saying is, tonight you're awesome.
Well, I was awesome last night. You just didn't understand. Javier on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tommy, how are you doing today?
Great.
Well, here's my situation. Here's how it all started. I had some rental properties. I had them for rent. I had this 30-year-old girl come and approach me on the rental property. She has 2 kids, killer body, beautiful. We kind of started going out after that. The rental thing didn't work out. Probably about a week into that, she moved in with her kids. For the first 4 months, the cooking was great. The house cleaning was great. All of a sudden, everything started disappearing. The house was dirty. There was no dinner. Kind of started, like, tapering off. So, I asked her what's going on. She goes, well, start buying the food, start doing this. And then she goes, in her theory was, if a man wants a woman, he needs to take care of her 100%. And after that, threw her out. We didn't talk for about a month, started going out again. Now, presently, I'm looking to buy another home. Now, I can't really get rid of her in that sense. She keeps on calling me, texting me, putting the kids on the phone. We miss you. And these ain't even my kids. So, what can I do?
Well, why did you let it get to that?
You know what? I don't know. Everybody else tells me why I let it get to that. But, I guess has me hooked on there is doing it. Yeah, see, that's where my holdup is. I don't know if it's just that I'm just stuck.
Shut your mouth. We're on the air.
Oh, sorry about that. But I guess I probably, financially, I probably look at saving money that way. But, it's just that her...
A hooker is a lot cheaper than a single mother.
Yeah, and these kids, they don't have an ounce of respect either,
Why do you care about her kids?
Not in that sense. I mean, I'm trying to look at the negative in it,
You shouldn't even be talking about the kids. They're not your problem.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, she says that I need to fix myself, that I need to do this, I need to do that.
Why do you listen to that crap?
I don't know. I guess,
Because you're pussy whipped, that's why. Now, get over it. You have no game at all? You don't know how to meet chicks?
Yeah, I do, but that's what I mean. It's sometimes I'm caught in between work and, and just a lot of work. So when I come home, it's just basically that's all I have time for.
Yeah, well, you know what? Make some time to find quality chicks instead of being with someone you don't belong with.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I've been hearing you for a while, and then I go, man, I got to call because this ain't going right. I mean,
yeah, well, what did I tell you about being with single mothers?
Yeah, exactly.
But you thought you knew more than I did, and you went ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in her mentality, I mean, it's like, I don't know where she gets this mentality from because I talk to girls.
Because you enable it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
That's how. There's no mystery here.
I mean, what's her principle on that? I mean, that a man needs to take care of her 100%.
Who cares?
True. Well, apparently I care for, if it's...
You're an idiot.
I gotta, like I said, close the hole and go forward.
Go forward is right. Without her and without her little brats.
Yeah, because, I mean, my life was great before they came into it.
Well, then why don't you go back to the way it was?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean...
Is she living in your apartment?
No.
Is she living in a unit that you own?
Nope. She's moved out. She went back to her mom's.
Great.
So that's done and gone.
Send her a text message and tell her it's over, and that's that.
I got to do that now. I mean, you know.
And do not take her calls.
No, I haven't. I haven't taken her calls for about a week.
Do not. When you tell her it's over, she's going to call you 100 times a day.
Yeah.
Do not take her calls.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. I mean, I haven't for a week. Text messaging, she's been...
Ever.
But you know what? I think she's the type that'll probably show up to the house and...
Oh, well, knowing what I know about you, I'm willing to bet that you probably had sex with her without a condom at least once.
Yeah.
Right. So the next visit's going to be to tell you that she's pregnant. Write this down.
No, I doubt that. I haven't touched her in about a month and a half.
That doesn't mean that she's not pregnant.
Well, I don't think so. I haven't...
Well,
nope.
Go ahead. You be in denial about that.
Yeah. I mean,
by the way, since you are a listener, not only were you dating a single mother, you had sex with her without a condom. Do you think that was a smart thing to do?
No, that was the dumbest thing I could do.
It was one of many dumb things you did.
Yeah, first of all, was even giving her the time of day with 2 kids.
Right.
You know, and I kind of, like I said, I know myself. I dug that hole deeper and deeper myself. I don't blame nobody else but myself.
So what was the reason you called in?
Just to find out, you know, what her mentality was.
Why do we care? What was Adolf Hitler's mentality?
Yeah, that's true.
What was Saddam Hussein's mentality?
Exactly.
Do we care?
No, we don't. But...
Why do you care about her mentality? Here is her mentality. She's got kids. She needs money. She needs your money. That's the mentality. Any questions?
Exactly. I mean, I know that because anytime I was...
So what more do you need to know? What more do you need to know?
No, I think I pretty much heard it off. You know.
So then why are you calling here to ask me this question?
Well, to find out exactly where I went wrong.
You know where you went wrong. Talking to a single mother.
But I think everybody else at one time or another does that.
They're idiots. And they get what you've been getting.
Yeah. So now I'm one amongst 1,000.
Yes, you are. And you could have prevented it because you heard me say not to do it, but you did it.
Time, you know, you're not thinking at the time. You're thinking with a different part of your body.
Yeah, no, well, guess what? That means you have no goddamn game. You have none.
I got that, but it's just that, you know, because it's there, it's there.
Yeah, well, guess what? You know what else could be there? Your son. Your daughter.
Yeah. Well, I guess I gotta do what I gotta do.
And if it happens, it's exactly what you deserve.
Well, I've been doing what you know, like I said,
Ooh, a whole week. Wow. Let's see how good your willpower is after you tell her it's over and she calls you 100 times a day.
Nah, she's one of these stubborn ones that, you know.
Sure she is.
That.
Sure she is.
No, I'm serious. She's one of these stubborn ones that thinks that she's God's gift to man.
Well, you're going to see these girls will stamp their little feet when they don't get their way. You mark my words, she'll be calling. And then let's see how much willpower you have.
True. I'm strong. I'm an ex-Marine, so I'll be strong.
Yeah, well, you've been so strong so far. Good work on that, Ace.
Well, we could fall, but we get up.
Let me tell you, I have talked to many men who have worn the uniform of this country, and I love them dearly. But just like the TV sitcom psychiatrist who comes home and his life is in chaos, the same people who are looking for Osama bin Laden are little pussies at home.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Including you.
Well, yeah, I faltered at that point.
So don't be bragging about being a Marine. You know what? You're probably great at going out and finding bad guys. But most of your brethren in the armed forces are little pussies when they come home. That's why they get married at 18.
Yeah, well, you figure, yeah, most of them, I never did.
You've got your own problems to deal with. You got your own cross to bear, for God's sake. It's pretty obvious, don't you think?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
He's a wild man.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show from Hollywood at 1-800-5800-TOM. Chandra on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm really happy to be talking to you because I need you to help me stop being such a stupid girl.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah, I need you to see me out of this because I'm only 23. And I've been in a relationship for a long time, which I know is against all rules. And so I finally ended it. And he's devastated. And, of course, I feel really bad, but I know that it's important for me to be on my own because I'm, like, 23. And it's hurting me to hurt him so much. And I need to know that not being with him is the right thing because part of me feels like maybe I'm making a really big mistake.
How so?
Because he's a really good guy. Like, he's not, and I'm a good person, and so I have a good gauge on things. Granted, I know, I'm 23, I'm aware, I'm pretty stupid. But from what I have learned so far, he's a good guy, and he's taking care of me, but he's not very ambitious, and that's not going to work for me.
And it's never going to work for you.
Exactly.
Not now and not later.
Yeah. But I mean, I think this is a huge wake-up call for him because he's realizing, wow, I'm losing somebody that makes me want to be a better person, but I obviously wasn't doing it enough because he's not that great. And
by the way, do you want to be with somebody who improved because you left him?
Well, I want to be with somebody who wants to be good because it's the right thing to do. I don't want to be with somebody, yeah.
So he will never be that person, will he?
No.
So then you did the right thing, didn't you?
Yeah, but what if like, he realizes on his own, okay, I need to get my stuff together.
He will only realize it because you left him.
So I'm doing him a favor, but really it's going to have
Well, that's not why you left. You left because it was what was good for you.
Right.
Inadvertently, it may do him a favor, but that's not your problem and it's not your interest.
But when I did meet him, he was the guy that I fell in love with. And the guy that I fell in love with is no longer here.
And how immature and how young were you when you met him?
I was 17.
There we go.
Yeah, I know.
So you didn't know any better, and that's why you fell in love with a loser, a slacker.
I know. And, you know, I would like to say that if we could fall in love with the right people from here on out, it would be a lot easier. Because that's, I mean...
You will never respect him, ever.
Yeah.
So you did the right thing for you. Unfortunately for some people, when we do the right thing for ourselves, it's not convenient for them.
Yeah.
But what is that our problem?
Well, because I miss him, and I want to be with the good part of him.
But you see, it's a package. You get all of him.
But you know how, like, when you're younger and you grow out of things and they're no longer a part of you, but they were at one point?
He was not growing out of this.
But he's going to because he is a smart person.
You don't know that.
Well, I see the ability. I see that there is.
Darling, stop looking at people's potential. What have they done for you lately? What have they done for themselves lately?
Absolutely nothing.
That's it. That's all you need to know. I know some of the most intelligent people in the world, Mensa members and what have you, who are not motivated to do absolutely anything. They lord their intelligence over other people, and they walk around with everybody saying what great potential they have, but then they never realize it.
Yeah, but that concept of potential is like a...
that is your wishful thinking talking.
Okay, like, you know, do you think that gut instinct is just crap? Do you think that's lame? Do you think that's...
Well, you don't have gut instinct, all right? You have wishful thinking, which is something totally else. You know, that's like the people who have a girl and wish they had a boy.
Yeah.
And so they name the girl Steve.
But you know what, though? I want to know what it's like to date other people. I do genuinely want that. But I can't get over this gut instinct, or I don't think it's wishful thinking.
Darling, stop being Florence Nightingale. You're not helping him.
No.
And, you know, it's pretty egotistical to think that what you're doing for him is to help him.
No, I don't want to help him. I want nothing to do with him because he's not been doing anything. This is about me.
Well, then you need to do what's good for you, and what's good for you is what you just said. You got involved with somebody at too young an age. You need to know what it's like to date a variety of people. You need to know what it's like to be with other people.
Right.
You need more experience in life.
Yeah.
You have wasted valuable years with a slacker.
Okay. But you know what, though? Like, honestly, when I listen to your show and I hear, like, people talk about their relationships and, like, these, like, illegitimate children and this drama and the violence and the yelling and the screaming, like, I really had a good guy. Like, the guy that I dated doesn't call into that kind in your show. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's smart.
Well, that's wonderful, you know? I mean, I had a Cocker Spaniel named Pokey. He was chocolate brown.
Yeah.
I loved Pokey. But you know what? Pokey couldn't control his bowels or his bladder. And so Pokey was in my house, and I played with him, and I loved him. And the minute I turned my head, he would look over his shoulder to see if I was looking, then go to a corner and leave his calling card right there. Then you would look at him, and you would see him looking guilty.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was then just go to the corner, and you'd find out why he looked like that. The point is, for 8 years, I kept wishing he'd get better. But he never did. I kept saying, he's smart. You know what? Yeah. He comes when I call him. He recognizes noises. Guess what? It was my wishful thinking.
Yeah.
And it was making my life miserable, having to make excuses for him. He would jump on people and then wet himself and wet them.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is, you're not going to make this guy into anything but what he is.
Right.
So stop saying things like that about his potential, about what you wish for, what you think he could be. Forget it.
Yeah.
He is what he is. He had how many years to prove what he could be?
Oh, like 6.
And he never became it, did he?
I got glimpses, but never full. No,
you didn't even get glimpses. What you got was your mistaken impression that there was more to him than what there is. But there never really was there?
I guess not.
Right. So why would you want to go back to that?
No, I know. You're right. I mean, I know I'm doing the right thing because the thought of getting back together.
Then there's nothing left to think about.
That's true. You know what? That's so good that people should not get married for like 10 years or like, you know what I mean? Because because do you think that people are completely born as slackers, like they have that biological chemical in them that says, I am slacker for life?
I just think that people do whatever. Put it this way. I think some people are motivated to accomplish things in life. I myself was motivated because my father always told me what a loser I was.
Yeah.
Now, I hated him for saying that and for treating me that way. But in the end, in some perverted way, he inspired me to be great.
Yeah.
But it was by telling me I was a piece of crap or by telling me that I would fail and that one day I would move back home. I would move back in.
Yeah.
And so I was obsessed with never going home, ever.
Yeah.
And that's my point. I was motivated from early on to be something. He's not. Your
right.
boyfriend is not.
Ex-boyfriend.
Whatever he is here.
Yeah.
He's not motivated to be anything.
That sucks.
Hang on. What? It doesn't suck. He is who he is.
Well, yeah, it sucks for him, though.
Maybe it doesn't. He's pretty happy being who he is.
Well, he's pretty miserable right now.
No, he's only miserable because you left. If you stayed there and he continued being a slacker, life would be great.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I was listening to that guy that called in earlier, the district, and at OCC, which was really funny to me, because he'll probably be there for 8 years. And I was right on with you and very appreciative of the patience that kept you from hanging up on that guy, because it was a 20-year-old telling someone like yourself that he's figured out life already.
Right.
And that itself was like, okay, seriously, then why are you at OCC? Why?
Because he's an expert and I'm an idiot. That's why. Hey, hang on a second, Chandra. Hang on. Scott, what did you want to say here to Chandra? Go ahead and tell her.
Hey, Chandra, you said you've been with this guy since 17. Have you even been with anybody else sexually?
Yeah, because we've broken up off and on.
Okay, how many others?
Okay, but I'm pretty conservative as far as the whole sex thing goes. Okay?
Well, okay, so you've been with what? You can count them on one hand?
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen, Chandra. You're going to hit your sexual peak for all women, which is about age 30.
Yeah.
And you're going to look for something else. Okay? If that's all you've had so far, forget his lack of ambition or your, what you think he could become. You're going to find that you're going to look for something else. Trust me, it's going to happen.
That's good to know.
So go sow your oats and forget this guy.
Yeah, I'll do that. I should. You're right.
All right.
I'll throw back a few and bring it home.
There you go. Tom, blow me up, will you?
I'll blow you up. Here you go. Now, hang on a second there, Chandra, because I also have Dan. Dan, what do you want to say to Chandra?
Well, number one, she's a classic example of how women, we're like your projects all the time. You look at this guy, and you just want to change him.
Yeah.
You do nothing but talk about what you want him to be, but you're really not happy with anything that he is.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you go on and on talking about slackers and unmotivated and motivated. Do you know what a motivated person does?
Yeah.
What does a motivated person do?
They leave the slacker.
Let me tell you something. I'm motivated. I have my own business. And guess what? I'm gone every morning at 4, and I'm lucky if I get home by 9.
And a guy like that's going to drag you into the quicksand, for God's sake.
The Tom Leykis Show.